Just a little overlook to the river. This is more like a creek than a river. Creek down below. It's very beautiful and green. We've got this nice, cool walkway the whole way. Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to this Twin Flame Monthly Energy Hangout for the month of August. I want to welcome you here, this space and this place. Most of you are probably new here, or you are jumping over to hang out with me from another place, like my TLC for the Soul YouTube channel. This monthly energy hangout for Twin Flames is being broadcast on my Loveland Tarot YouTube channel and on my TLC for the Soul podcast. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me here. This is a new offering that I thought we might do, because it seems like in our regular energy hangouts, I can go off on very long tangents about Twin Flames. And the guides are having me step in more and do more, obviously with the Twin Flame journey. So I thought it would be nice for us to have a secondary monthly hangout just for us, little special Twin Flames. We're at an interesting space and place right now. I am recording this on August the 1st, Lunasa, Llamas, the first harvest. I've got some cards I thought we could play with. I don't always want to play with cards. At some point, we're going to do something different for the energy hangouts. I'm just not exactly sure what that is yet. But what we typically do here is we talk about the overarching energy for the month, and this will be specific to Twin Flames. We're going to draw cards for the Divine Masculine, cards for the Divine Feminine, so that both of you, no matter who you are, whether you're cross-watching for each other or what, you will know what each other is going through. You will understand the energies of what's happening on the journey holistically for the Twin Flame pair. I think that's important to understand that. And then we'll see where Spirit wants us to go from there. I saw 222 on the timer. So before we go any further, I want to wrap us all in love light and light love, inviting in the guides who overlight all the work that I do, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, the Pleiadians, inviting in our Twin Flame guides, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Haniel. I'm saying that's it for now. So thank you all for joining us here. This is just meant to be casual, a hangout. I wanted to record outside, but it is kind of hot and humid today. And I was like, I don't be sweating that much. We're at this interesting space. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're on what's called first harvest. It's kind of like late summer, early fall energy. The trees may or may not be turning colors yet where you are. I don't know. Does that happen this early? I don't know. Maybe further north. I'm in North Dakota right now. That's where Spirit has me assigned. And it's still a little warm. It's been a very mild summer, but our trees are not turning yet. But I'm looking at like this picture. So pretty. So we've got this dichotomy going on right now of, well, and if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're in, where the heck are you? Is it No, it's not Beltane yet. It's the other one, you know, the that one. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but never mind. We're going to light this Aloha Sands candle. I know we have people that listen in the Southern Hemisphere. Aloha Sands is coconut, pineapple, and wood. Just a little bit longer. It looks still fallish. Of course, on this channel, with all our work that we do, we work with the New Lemurian light codes, the Aloha Spirit from the Hawaiian Islands, and the Archangel Michael ley lines along Glastonbury Tor, all the way down to the pyramids in Egypt. I'm just trying to feel in. So this is a space for you to relax, to hang out, to be with kindred spirits who understand what the twin flame journey is all about. If you're new here, if you were kind of coaxed by your guides to come listen or watch, and you don't and maybe you're new to the twin flame journey, because I have people in all waves that will be working with me. I have a Twin Flames 2.0 series. It's all channeled. Working with the twin flame guides. There's a playlist on YouTube, a playlist on Spotify for my podcast people, and you can learn about the way I work with my guides. Is I do all my books. Everything is what I call channeled. If you're not new, if you're kind of new to that. So all my books, all the material for all of the work that we do here on any of the shows. One of my spiritual gifts is clairaudience. So I just sit down, I create sacred space, a sacred circle. I set the intent for what I want to work on. Am I working on a Bringers of the Light book? Am I working on twin flame stuff? Whatever it is. I call in my guides for those areas to come work with me. I open the portal, I sit, I listen, I type what I hear in my mind. So I don't always know what we're going to get until we get it, but we have very good detailed channelings on what is a twin flame, straight from source. We have a episode in there about how to scan the energy of any relationship, no matter who it is, to determine what type of relationship is. Because there is often confusion about sometimes between catalyst relationships and twin flames. They can come very close to feeling like a twin flame relationship, but they're not. And so we teach you how to scan the energy of any relationship to see what is the main chakra that's connecting that relationship. So we give you some homework to do. We show you exactly what to do, or tell you, however you want to listen to this. And then we go into the waves of the twin flame journey: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, reunion, and union. And so far I have wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. So there's plenty of material for you to play with there. I probably might, but might not timestamp this. I might, so that if you just want to bypass, like if you're a divine masculine and you want to just go to your divine masculine energy for the month, you could do that. Or if you want to watch the whole thing, I don't know how long this is going to be. I can diatribe about the twin flame journey and tend to go a little bit longer. So we shall see. We shall see what the guides want me to do. So I'm asking the guides here to just guide me, to guide me on what you would like me to share with folks that are watching or listening. So the card that came out yesterday, because I was kind of asking about the journey, and I do feel like this is a card. Enjoy the ride if you're listening. It's like a carousel. It's from the City of Dreams Oracle by Jackie Franco. All of her decks are taken part in New York City, and this is at a carousel in New York. And the gist of the card is about cycles and rhythms of life, and the ups and downs and the ebb and flow of the journey, and just trying to enjoy yourself throughout, regardless of what wave you're in, regardless of what's happening. Enjoy your life while you're waiting, basically, because chances are you could be waiting a long time. Define a long time, years. So I am in the reunion phase right now, and I was consciously... So from the time I realized that I was on the twin flame journey, actively on the journey, because everybody has a twin flame. Okay, well, if you listen to the very first in the series of what is Twin Flame 2.0, it's every being, not just humans, angelic beings, sentient beings have a twin flame, but not everyone is on the twin flame journey. Not every human being is activated on the twin flame journey right now. Ultimately, once Gaia reaches a certain level of consciousness, very far away from now, they're saying everybody would just be with their twin flame, but we are definitely not there yet. But we, who are on this journey early as a twin flame collective, have the blessing and the opportunity to help raise the consciousness of the planet through our twin flame reunion, union, whatever you want to call it. Because it exponentially increases the vibration of the planet. We talked about this, I think, in that episode. The grids of Gaia have to be able to handle all that increased energy that the twin flame union brings with it. It's very climactic's not the right word. It can be like a giant starburst, and the Gaia can only hold so many giant starbursts at one time. So slowly, as the consciousness of Gaia rises, we are able to have more human twin flames come into reunion and union. I would say the stone we're going to work with this month is red jasper, about staying grounded, grounded in yourself, grounded in your union. There's going to be healing, I think, in some light language as I do the divine masculine and the divine feminine, but staying grounded. This actually looks like a human heart in a way. You guys, I know on the thing if you're listening, you can't really see it, but this red jasper almost looks like a human heart. All the messages along the twin flame journey, no matter what wave you're in, this monthly pertains to all waves, but it's always about, if you're in separation, meaning everybody that works with me, everybody that's going to be drawn to my work with twin flames is going to be on we call it a niche of a niche journey. You have not met your twin yet in the 3D world. So if you have, you're not part of this. I think the waves will apply to you, but some of the things I'm talking about, the way your journey works, are going to be different. You may be in one of those soul groups where the twin flames, their role is to like meet and come together and separate and have this really dynamic thing. And that's not our journey. I appreciate all journeys and all soul groups. Those are very difficult, where you're doing the work along with your twin, but you're like coming together and separating. I didn't want that. I told my guides, I do not want that. I do not want that type of journey. If you are going to activate me on the twin flame journey, then when my twin comes to me in the 3D for the first time, that person is going to be ready for me. Once we come into reunion, we're not going back. We're not separating. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, so there's heat. Talking about the twin flames. Got to take off my little camo there. My little camo hat. It does say Ocean Air Cycles, useful stuff made in the USA. I did used to wear this all the time when I was cycling, but I've not done that so much here. Let's get an I've got fire dragons coming in. You may feel the heat rising as we are talking more about twin flames. I even have a fan on me and I'm sweating. As you connect in with the energy. I do have the Vision Quest Tarot. I want to get an overarching card for the month ahead, the month of August. Yeah, and it's funny because just as I was talking about heat, this video that I showed you, the little screensaver thing that I showed you, changed to a very still lake, like a rippling lake. So balancing out all the heat with some water, with the earth elementals of water. Okay, friends, what is the overarching energy for the twin flames for the month of August? Oh, this card again. Mother of Earth. I did a weekly energy cards reading for Instagram and for this Loveland Tarot channel on YouTube is where I post those. And this Mother of Earth came out yesterday. This is a card all about taking care of yourself, that you can't really, kind of like to put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on for anybody else kind of thing. It's all about self-love, self-care, self-mastery. If you have children of your own, taking care of yourself so you can take care of your family, being outside in nature, helping boost the grids through your own energy signature, doing some creative work, like there's some pottery in this card. There's a beautiful tree behind the mother and the little boy. They're sitting on the ground. I don't know, maybe every month we're going to have these messages that are just like this. Sometimes I feel like the messages are just the same over and over and over again. Taking care of yourself. Let's just check in. What do you want me to do now? They want me to do the masculine because they said the masculine is busy and the masculine only has time to watch so much of this show. Yeah, okay. Let's start with the divine masculine energies for August. And we're probably going to do some light language for you too. This is a Gil Tarot. So what's the divine masculine working on in the month of August? What does the divine masculine need to be aware of, regardless of what wave they're in? I think some of the core things that you're working on are very similar throughout. It's just as you move through the journey, you start to master the things more and more, and they start to become less and less something that you have to work on. You clear those, because part of coming into reunion is that you're ready. You've cleared all the things that are keeping you from your twin, that are keeping you from being in reunion and not having to go into separation again. You're clearing those. So it could be the same, like the peeling an onion, divine masculine. It could be like, you know, when wave 1, it's really intense. This stuff you have to clear, it comes up. And then by wave 3, or going into reunion, I mean, it could tiny be there. It could come out during, like, right now when I'm recording this, there's a super full moon today as well. In Aquarius, everything's heightened. And so it could come out like sniggles and raise its little head again. You got 4 cards. You got the Princess of Pentacles with growth. This is what you're working on. This is the energies for the divine masculine for this month. So there is a bull. It could be Taurus energy. The dress of this divine feminine, she's weaving on a loom, spinning on a wheel. The root chakra, the heart chakra, and the crown chakra are what is being worked on this month. We've got Lionsgate coming up on the 8/8. It's a huge month for twin flames. The 8/8 portal. Page of Cups with creativity. I think it's going to be all the things we just talked about in the Mother of Earth card. Even the colors of the Indian blanket that the Mother of Earth is wearing and that the Princess of Growth are wearing are pretty much the same colors. Very earthy. And there's a tree that's very... And look at you there. I do have to say, in this Princess of Growth card, she's in the forefront, like on this spinning wheel, and the bull, I would say represented by the divine masculine, is in the background, but he's there. So you're there, divine masculine. You're looking at your feminine in the foreground. We also got the World card, completions coming in, 21, and Justice, card number 11. So we did a show for Twin Flames with the Nodes of Fate. So on 7/17, I was told that any Twin Flames that were watching that episode had graduated to the next wave. So that's what this World card signifies. Like you're integrating all the things that you've learned so that you can come into the next level of your journey. This balanced scales means so many things. This card number 11 is a twin flame number, 1111. The scales are balancing, and every day you're getting closer and closer to meeting your twin in the 3D. Let me get a card for the waves. All right, a card for the waves. A card for the waves. So if you're in wave 1, a shaman's drum. All right, if you're in wave 1, Divine Masculine, what is your focus for August? Quest. All great warriors must take time out to listen. So if you're a wave 1 twin flame, you're being guided to go within. The things that you need to work on are there within you, in your Akash, in your, like kicking my leg up, in your Akash, in your soul are the things that need to be cleared so that you can start moving forward. Now, going from wave 1 to wave 2 to wave 3 and all that, it's not an overnight process. It's different for every, and the guides did say the time, we don't get into time frames so much because it's different for every twin flame union. But if you're in wave 1, you got work to do. We're not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to take a while. It's probably going to take a year or possibly more, depending on how much time you want to dedicate to this. Because this is the wave where you're first learning about what a twin flame is. What's this energy you feel that's making you feel weird? It could be the point where you get to see your the people that work with me, the Divine Masculine that are going to be working with me. It's this kind of secret admirer thing going on where it's like Spirit allows you to see your twin somewhere, somehow. It could be somebody you see on the screen, like somebody you see on social media, like somehow. From afar, you are allowed to see who your divine feminine counterpart is, but you're not allowed to approach them at all. Spirit keeps them from you. Believe me, people don't believe me, but when I say these things, like, because you have to be at a level of consciousness to understand how these things work, but Spirit will keep you, purposely do things to keep you from this person. So it may feel really good. You may see them. You may want to approach them, and you're just not going to be able to. Spirit is going to keep you from being able to do that. So listen, because there's things you have to work on. You just can't run in willy-nilly and approach this person. You got healing work to do. So listen, work with your guides. If you're not sure what needs to be cleared, work with a healer, work with someone to understand what you need to work on. Self-realization is really just, and self-assessment, radical self-assessment is just really sitting down quietly and really thinking, letting Spirit show you what needs to take place, what needs to heal, what needs to happen. We do have on the podcast and on my TLC for the Soul, I think, channel on YouTube. We did for a couple of shows back a mid-year vision quest, a drum journey vision quest, a shaman's drum series. You could partake in that if you want to. Do something, meditation, vision quest. I would say like a shamanic journey if it was me, to understand what you need to start working on. And Divine Masculine, you're good at making plans. Make a plan of like, okay, I need this month, Spirit's telling me I need to work on this, this, and this. I can dedicate this much time every day. Maybe it's only 15 minutes, but get to work, or you might as well just not watch this channel anymore because you're going to be stuck. Where did this card come from? This is the love card. This is kind of what you're working towards. And the eyes are covered by the word love. Wave 2. Wave 2, Divine Masculines. Raise your shields to protect your energy. Shield yourself. This is the month of August. Yeah. There's a lot of rampant energy out there right now. A lot of things coming up, again, to be like truths to be told. A lot of things that could come up to trigger you, wave 2 people. Wave 2, you're in the middle of it all. You've done a lot of healing work. You're not quite there yet. You think you're there yet. You think you're ready, but you're not ready yet. And so we don't sugarcoat things here on the channel. You're not ready yet. We're going to tell you like it is, so that you can adjust your expectations, because I think this is the month where you could get triggered, and because there's very impulsive energy in this August. You could feel like you want to rush forward towards this person. Spirit's not going to let you they're not going to let you contact this person. I don't know. Things just happen and you're not able to do it. You get pulled aside for something else. You get some sort of project that keeps you really busy. You get some sort of odd job that you have to take on that keeps you so busy you don't have time to think about it. So just pay attention to your energy this month. Protect all the good work that you've done, so you're not backsliding into lower energy. I think it could be easy to backslide, especially when you feel, because you've done some work on yourself to where now you can start to feel that person more in your energy field, in your aura. There may be some telepathy going on. They may be their higher self, or your twin flame guides may be sending you signs, serendipity, synchronicity through like music or things that you see may remind you of this person, because as the divine masculine, you know what your divine feminine looks like. The divine feminine doesn't know who you are. They don't know what you look like. They just know how you feel. And so, you're the one this month that could get like bombarded with signs and serendipity and stuff about your twin, but you're not able to move towards them yet. And that could cause you to be gruff and upset and lower your vibration. So you're being asked to pay attention. They just keep saying so that you don't backslide, because if you backslide, it sets you on a loop then, because then you have to like clear and go through some tests and initiation phase again. So if you don't care how long the journey takes, then it won't matter. But if you care, like you're like ready, like let's just get on with this already, then pay attention to that. All right, wave 3. Oh, the cards did a weird thing. Oh, these cards came out earlier. Wave 3, family. Being with the ones you love is good medicine. And soul sister, a special bond that transcends time and space. You support each other through the times that you find yourself alone. You may be spending wave 3 more time with your family this month. It could be soul family, it could be biological family. You may have kids you're spending time with. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's still summertime. You may be going on summer vacations. But even so, your heart is still with your twin, who, divine masculine, it's like a soul sister energy to you. I think that's how you feel it in your heart, like this, not sister like ancestral type thing, but like this is somebody who I would die for, they're saying. You've got this, wave 3, you've got this like night energy, like night, K-N-I-G-H-T energy going on this month. I think you're feeling you're feeling a lot of like Camelot vibes, like Arthur and Guinevere type stuff going on. You're being asked to open your heart. And if there's any work that you do, you're being asked to work through Glastonbury Tor. So that's the heart chakra of the planet. To do some healing work at the Tor. Healing work through Avalon or Camelot. They're saying that's that. Interesting. And it's that song by Meatloaf. It keeps coming up in my feed that I think it's I'd lie for you, I think is it. But it's more like, I think for you, it's more like I'd die for you and that's the truth. Do anything you ask me to. Check that song out if you're interested. I'm dating myself with Meatloaf. Oh, rest in peace, Meatloaf. Forgot he crossed over. All right. Wait, do I need to do a reunion? All right. So reunion. Reunion is a very interesting phase. I have not played with it. I have not done a show for it yet on the Twin Flames 2.0 series. It can be a little misleading because you're told you graduate, quote unquote, graduate from wave 3 and go into reunion. And so there's this misconception that as soon as you go into reunion, you automatically get to come into 3D contact with your twin. And they're saying that that is not so, that this reunion at first starts out as like a preparation phase. It goes as long as it needs to go. Again, there's no time frames. But it's a time when you wrap up all the work that you've done on yourself, and you just start living the brand new you, like the better version of yourself. So everything you've learned, you've mastered those teachings. So you are allowed to graduate to the reunion phase. You just get to practice those in your everyday life, but you're not so much clearing them anymore, and they're not everything that you've learned and needed to heal, that healing work has been done, and so you've graduated. And so there's this like integration preparation part at the beginning of the reunion phase where you're preparing yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually to come into contact, 3D contact with your twin. So you could be like working out more, resting more, just having more fun, because the majority of the heavy, like dark night of the soul work is done. And so you're allowed to just enjoy life for a little bit on your own, without having to be so knee deep in all of the healing stuff. And you are asked to enjoy the ride. And even if you've been alone for quite some time, you're just being asked to enjoy the alone time, because once you go into the reunion meeting part of the phase, what do you want me to call it? The meeting part of the reunion phase. They're saying like it just moves forward very quickly from there. And you could go from one day I'm alone to next day, I'm with my twin and I never want to leave that person again. And you become this, unified unit. Sounds like it's the same thing, but you become this cohesive unit that is not going to separate anymore. And so it's kind of like the bachelor part, the beginning of the reunion phase is kind of like the bachelor party before the union, it's not a marriage. It's not a 3D thing. It's like a Hyros Gamos. It's Hyros Gamos in a sense, like a coming together of energies. The energetically, the pod that's around you both kind of seals itself off, and I'm seeing a cross. I'm seeing like a cross on the wall of my door. It is a sacred union, but it goes beyond any religion. So if you're not clear, you can look up what Hyros Gamos is. But I have to kind of draw a picture of what it means energetically. But there's like you and your aura, your twin and their aura, and there's like this bubble around both of you. That's your union. And it's very fluid until you come into 3D reunion, and then it becomes more cohesive. And it becomes like a sacred entity of its own. We'll just leave it like that. Is this for the reunion people? Thunder beings. This thunder and lightning has come up twice today now. In another card I had it as well. Thunder beings. So just be prepared. For those divine masculine in the reunion phase, be prepared, because very soon you will receive the clarion call to reach out to your divine feminine. And they're just saying be prepared for that. What does that mean for you? It's kind of like being in the locker room before the big football game or something, like getting ready to rush out through the tunnel and onto the field. Just prepare yourself You're not going into battle, though. You're going into like one of the most joyous times of your life. So adjust your expectations accordingly for what you're expecting. We're expecting fun and good times and frolicking and, you know, sensuality, and like we're expecting cataclysmic stuff, not a battle. Okay. And I think that could be coming from past lives where things could have happened to separate you, and you may be feeling some of the repercussions of that physical separation, and maybe feeling that if I reunite with my twin, will we separate again? There could be that fear there, because separation is very, very physically painful. It's I mean, not only is it spiritually, mentally, emotionally painful, it's physically painful in your heart space. It feels like someone just rips your heart out, hence this heart again. And so divine masculine, if they're in reunion, if you have any weird feelings, you know, pay attention to that. All right. How do I want to do this? Okay, let me stop this. That'll be the divine masculine. I'll stop it and then I'll start it again for the divine feminine. I can timestamp it there. So divine masculine, is there anything else we need to say for the divine masculine? Oh, the light language. All right, let's do the light language for the divine masculine. This is for you no matter what wave you're in. This is what you most need in this now. What it's going to do is it's like an activation key. And it's going to bring up and out into the forefront anything that you need to be working on this month, regardless of what wave you're in, okay? This is dragon light language, fire, earth. Oh, we got all the dragons coming in for this. Fire, earth, air, and water. So divine masculine, take a deep breath. Open yourself to receive, unless you don't want this, but if you're here, you should want this, so you can move on. Otherwise, you're in the wrong place. You need to move on. Dragon light language. Hey, yo, hey, 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 hey. Take a deep breath. Yeah, that's going to cause some shadows to come up to the surface, because I'm looking at like trees in shadow right now. Okay, so divine masculine, that's all I have for you, unless you want to cross watch for the feminine, but I'm going to stop this tape. Oh, that's dating myself too. And we will come back for the divine feminine. All right, I'm back. So if you're cross-watching, you know, thanks for sticking with me all this time. It was 38 minutes of intro and stuff for the divine masculine. So we've got the same thing for the divine feminine. I'm just personally seeing if I think that this is useful. If you guys, you know, my community is usually pretty quiet out there. I don't hear a lot from you guys, which is fine. It doesn't, if I hear from you, sometimes it's like I just hear from you collectively as a whole. You don't necessarily have to write me a whole bunch of stuff. But if I get the overarching sense that this is useful to folks, I'm going to keep doing it every month. I've been kind of experimenting with this to see if I like it. Is it useful to folks? All right. So we already had the Mother of Earth card as the overarching energy. We've already talked about that. So for my Divine Feminine, I brought out the Mermaid Tarot by Dame Darcy, and I brought out my Loveland Tarot Autumn Pack. This is my deck. Shaman's Drum was my deck too for the Masculine. So Divine Feminine, thank you for sticking with me. You maybe have been cross-watching for your Divine Masculine. Now this is for you. This is the time for yourself. So what does the Divine Feminine need to be aware of for this month of August? We got 2 cards. We got the 3 of Pentacles on the Knight of Swords. The 3 of Pentacles is like, if you're listening, there's like a treasure chest opening up, and there's a mermaid working on a giant sculpture of what appears to be like an angelic being. This is always like, to me, like you're co-creating with your guides, like you're not alone card, this 3 of Pentacles, no matter which deck it comes out of. And the Knight of Swords is a merman on a shark. Give a very fierce energy with a very bright sun. He's got a trident in his hand. He's got a very bright sun behind him. The water looks a little choppy. There's a lot of green in both of these cards, green and blue. I would say that's the heart chakra and the throat / maybe third eye being worked on. Overall for the Divine Feminine, the upper chakras. I don't know who has the journey the hardest, the Divine Masculine who knows who their Divine Feminine is but is not allowed to approach, or the Divine Feminine who doesn't get to see who the Divine Masculine is, just gets to feel an energy, and the Divine Feminine never sees the Divine Masculine until well into the reunion phase, when the Divine Masculine finally is able to reach out to the Divine Feminine. So all you get through all the waves of this thing is this energy in your heart. You get all these signs, serendipities, synchronicities. This person is there somewhere. You may get a reading or work with a healer who tells you there's someone in your energy field who's hanging out in the sidelines or whatever, and you work it out and you find out like, oh, that's my person. And it can be a lonely journey because you don't get to see anybody. You just get to feel an energy. And I think constantly, no matter what wave you're in, even when you've made it all the way through to reunion, you're just having to have this blind faith and trust that this person out there exists, that they're really coming towards you, like this Knight card, this Swords card, that somebody's really out there, really like wanting to, I should switch them around. So like the guy on the Knight on the shark is coming towards the mermaid that's co-creating this thing with spirit. This person's really out there and they're really coming towards you. I think, again, this month, regardless of what wave you're in, your faith is being a little bit triggered, they're saying, not even tested. They're kind of the same. They're kind of the same. A trigger and a test. Okay. A trigger is a test. A test is a trigger. Being triggered a little bit about like, is this journey really real? Am I imagining things? Is this person ever going to show up? By the time you get to the reunion phase, you kind of are almost to the point where you're like, is this person ever going to show up? I think when you are in reunion though, you've done enough healing work on yourself to realize like, yeah, there's really somebody out there. It's a 3D person. It's not like a 5D, hookup or whatever, because all you do is connect with this person on the 5D. Spirit sends you all these signs, serendipities, synchronicities. You could be seeing, your numbers constantly, whatever your number. Each twin flame union has like different activation numbers, but you could be seeing like 222 all over the place, or I don't know, 1010, or whatever your numbers are, 717. But and I feel very tired as I connect with the Divine Feminine. When I connected with the Divine Masculine, I felt a little bit more upbeat, like, let's get some work done. I'm in it to win it, like that. But as I'm connecting with the Divine Feminine, I feel really tired. I feel just like I just want to stop this show and just go sit down and not do anything. So Divine Feminine, you're being put a little bit through the emotions of it all, through the longevity of the journey. I think energetically, it's just trying to weigh you down a little bit. And so this is another test of your commitment to the journey and your faith, that it's all really going to work out. So let's get some cards for the you by wave, which is what we did for the Divine Masculine. You are wave 1. What do my wave 1 Divine Feminines need to know? I got the card. It's actually a drawing I did way back when I lived in California. I started it and then it sat around for a while. It's very fairy, very fae. It's a tree out in nature with all of these almost like aurora borealis lights. Some lavender. Is it butterflies? There's a fairy ring. There's a what I call like my shamanic portal in the tree at the bottom. We can like go down to the lower worlds. And the card says, as the sun set slowly over Loveland Park, the trees slyly smiled. Karen lay on her picnic blanket and enjoyed the moment. So I think for my wave 1 twin flame, divine feminine, I think you are waking up more to the magic that's around you. Starting to see that, oh, that hole in the bottom of the tree isn't just a hole in the bottom of the tree. Look at that tree. It's got like it's got like a little sly smile face on it. Oh, that's a fairy ring. It's not just rocks on the ground. I think you're opening up more to the magic that's around you as part of this journey. So pay attention to that. Just pay attention to what's around you. Pay attention to the signs, the synchronicity, the serendipity, the magic, the mysticism, the mystery. The veils are very thin this month. We talked about that in our weekly energy card reading. So for you, it's like use your master senses to kind of play in the magical worlds. Let yourself get lost. Let yourself fall down a foxhole, or go, play with the fae for a while and get lost with them. I did just do a fairy healing meditation. It's here on the podcast and on my TLC for the Soul YouTube. Anytime I talk about my stuff, all the links to anything I talk about are always in the show notes. So you could go play with that fairy meditation. That will really, it's not very long, but when you do it, it just feels like you've gone away for like hours. And it's only like 12 minutes long or something. So that's a fun one. So you might want to look at that. Wave 2 this month, we got 2 cards, and look, there's a lot going. So where wave 1, divine feminine, it just feels more ethereal. Like there's not a whole lot going on. Like it feels very dreamy for you. Wave 2 has got a lot going on because the cards that I'm showing, I know if you're listening, you can't see this, but the cards have a lot of writing on them, a lot of pictures on them, a lot of ghosts, a lot of like spirit energies, a lot of guides, a lot of stuff going on for wave 2 this month. The 2 cards are Loveland Tarot Shop Spirit Night event. The spirits of Loveland gathered in the tarot shop's back room. They waited patiently for Madame Reina to begin the seance so they could magically appear and provide messages to their loved ones. So there's all sorts of spirits there. And then the other card was Trick or Treat. It was the perfect spooky night, Teddy thought, as he put on his Ghoul of the Night Halloween costume and prepared to meet his friends. The Ghoul of the Night waited patiently in the hedgerows, planning out how he would scare unsuspecting trick-or-treaters. These 2 cards are all about believing in the magic, the mystery, the mysticism. So I think here, like wave 1 was kind of like you're just starting to notice these things. Wave 2, you got it. You got all this stuff everywhere around you and you're noticing it all. You may be having a seance. You may be doing some mediumship work. It's like you're practicing with your spiritual gifts. You may be seeing spirit more. You may be feeling them more. You may see that Ghoul of the Night behind the trees. So have fun with the magic of it all. You realize now these things are real. My wave 2 divine feminine. The Ghoul of the Night really could be behind the trees waiting to jump out at unsuspecting trick-or-treaters. You realize this month, even more so, that magic and mysticism and mystery and fun and all of this stuff behind the veil is real, and you are playing with it this month. You are having a jolly good fun time with it this month. I'm going to put these cards back in the deck for wave 3. So enjoy that, wave 2 divine feminine. So wave 3. Divine feminine. I knew it. They wanted me to put the cards back in. And we got, for our wave 3 divine feminine, we got the Spirit Night event again. So that's the one with the seance. And the bottom of the deck, oh, weird. The bottom of the deck is the Nature Lover card again. So again, wave 3, Divine Feminine, you're the closest. Wave 3, again, the time frame is a little bit shorter than wave 1 and 2, but you're still not quite, there's still some things you need to heal and work on. And so I think for you, it's just enjoying yourself as you finish up some of this work. This is the phase 2 where you feel like you're really, really ready, but Spirit's like, no, you're still not really ready. There's still some work you need to do. There's some stuff you need to do. There could be some people you need to contact. Maybe ancestors are trying to reach out to you to share with you, like those that have gone beyond the other side could be working with you on clearing up some last little niggling bits of stuff that needs to clear up this month. Do you guys share with me, like, when's the next graduation point for my group of twin flames? Oh, is it? They're saying that the next graduation point is the winter solstice. So they are going to give us, I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it easy, take it slow. So, wow. So does that for all waves? All waves. Okay, so all waves that are working with me, your next graduation point, that's nice. How come they got time frames? I never got any freaking time frames. So, I'm the exception. I had to learn all this stuff. So everybody that's in my twin flame group that works with me, if you've been brought to this body of work and it resonates with you and you're continuing to follow it, then no matter what wave you're in, it looks like your graduation point to move to the next wave is the winter solstice. So take that for where. So is that the winter solstice? Whatever it is by whatever hemisphere you're in is what they're saying. So if we're in the northern hemisphere, then the fair, whatever, I can never say it right. Then the winter solstice would be here in December. And, flip that. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're going to have a little, I don't know when's the, yeah, you got a little bit longer to wait. So it is like 12 to 18 months. They're saying don't generalize it, but typically around 12 to 18 month time frame, there's some sort of a graduation point to the next level. That's pretty consistent, I would say, with the journey that I was on. I would say every 12 to 18 months, I didn't realize it was a graduation thing, but I felt like I moved forward in my journey. So, okay, so wave 3, enjoy this this time. And then I'm putting the cards back in the deck again, and they have me draw one more for twin flames in the reunion phase. We talked about the reunion phase. I need to do a show on that, but the beginning of the reunion phase is kind of like preparation for coming into 3D contact with your twin, but it doesn't happen right away. There's a period of time where you get ready to be ready, and then as the latter part of the reunion phase is when you meet your twin for the first time in the 3D. Oh yeah, so for my friends that are twin flame, divine feminines in the reunion phase, the card you got is Finish the Story. It's a picture of like a loft, like a really cute loft that somebody had redecorated for like their kids, like a slumber party. And it looks like a Polaroid picture on the card that I did. There's like a ghost kind of hanging over the Polaroid picture, and the picture says Best Friends Forever. The card is the sleepover. And the point of these cards is to kind of trigger something within you that might need to come out to be healed. But the sleepover it was the Friday before Halloween, and Justine had invited all her favorite friends to sleep over. They would play games and eat candy and talk about boys. And then it happened, ... So what does that bring up for you? What is that? And then it happened. Finish the story. Huh. So how does this pertain to my divine feminines in the reunion phase? They're saying the story's almost over. Best friends forever is like you and your twin. the sleepover could very well happen as soon as you come into 3D union. And I do find it interesting. It was a Friday before. They're saying not the time frames, but kind of like it's going to feel like a sleepover. Like it could be the Friday before Halloween, and you invite your twin over to sleep over, and you'll play games and eat candy and talk about, well, you won't talk about boys, but you'll talk about, stuff that's fun. And then it happened. Who knows what it could be at that point? If you think of it like that, like, finish the story. What's going to happen once you get out? Once you graduate from reunion into union? It looks like you're being asked to maybe start just thinking ahead and planting some seeds of what you might want to happen once you meet your twin for the first time, because you're not completely a complacent partner, even though all this time you've been waiting for like this energy. You didn't know if it was ever going to show up. But, think about your life and the fact that you won't separate again once you come back into reunion with each other. And so what is that going to mean for your life the way it is now? Would you possibly have to move house? Could you be combining families? Could you be moving out of state or out of country? You may not have all the answers yet. I think there's still this fog up ahead because there's supposed to be this big surprise of like who your person is and all the stuff that is part of their life that they're going to come like bring to share with you. So Spirit wants it to be a surprise, but you've been feeling some of it. I think you've been getting hints of what some of those things are. I mean, it's not like so by this point foreign to you that you don't have some sort of small little glimpse about what it is. Like, do you feel like maybe your twin already has some kids? Do you already have kids? Are you living somewhere where you don't want to be, and so you want to move from there? I mean, there's things you already know and could plan ahead for and start thinking about, like, finish the story. What's going to happen once you come into reunion with your twin? Beyond the whole, like, going to the chapel thing, like, yeah, not everybody wants that, right? If you're with a catalyst and you need to separate from that person, I handle all type of situations here. None of them surprise me. But there could be some things that have to happen to close one chapter and open another. So just start metaphorically, like planting the seeds of what that might look like and what that might be like. And since you're in the reunion phase, start mentally and physically preparing yourself for those things if they should arise, right? Okay, I know I need to move. Maybe I would want to pare down some of the stuff in my house. Like I could start weeding out some of my belongings. Mentally, what does that feel like? Like, I think my twin, I've been getting a lot of signs that my twin might have children of their own. What's that going to mean? Like, I need to mentally prepare myself. I'm going to be meeting somebody who already has kids. Let me mentally prepare myself for that. What does that look like? What does that feel like? By this point, you've done enough work on your own intuition. And Spirit has let you have enough hints to where I think you kind of know some of these things. And this month, you can start preparing for that. All right, friends, is there anything else? Oh, Divine Feminine like language. What are we going to do for the Divine Feminine? So here, no matter what wave you're in, this light language is going to bring anything to the forefront that needs to be known. It could be something that needs to be healed, but just like we said for wave 3 or the reunion wave, it could just be an extra glimpse into who your twin is. Spirit's going to let you have a little peek into who they are. It may not be exactly them, they might, they may not like show you their social media or something. You don't know them, so you wouldn't know it's them. But like you may start seeing more of like an archetype of a person who looks like your twin or feels like your twin, or more of the signs around who they are, what their daily life looks like, or who are they? Like, who are they? Are they like what is it, Ken and Barbie? Are they like a Western Ken or a movie star Ken or whatever? Like, maybe you'll get more of a glimpse into that. So let's just open ourselves up to receive. This is fairy light language. So for my twins in wave 1 and wave 2, this is going to open you up to the magic that's all around you. Let's take a deep breath. This was a very certain Fey elemental that I was working with. I've ordered some new cards for all of us for the fall season, and he's coming straight out of the Brian Froud Oracle of the Fairies deck, the Retriever, with a little fairy dust blown in at the end. So enjoy that energy. It's going to help bring some things to the forefront for you. It doesn't feel so much healing work that needs to be done as more, maybe it is more about opening your magical eyes and your magical senses and playing with the Fae, enjoying the journey, having some fun. It's a very special, sacred month of August. Is there anything else? All right, the guides are complete. If you've stuck with me through the entire show, I want to thank you so much for being here and hope you have a better understanding if you cross-watched for your person, what's going on with them. And if not, whoever you are, wherever you are, however long you've watched, I want to thank you so very much for being here, or however long you've listened, because I know it could be listening, you could be listening. I could be hanging out with you throughout your day, so you carry me along in your pocket or your purse as you listen on your headphones and doing some stuff. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I did enjoy doing this episode, and we'll see if we bring this up again next month. This is our Twin Flame August Energy Hangout. Thank you so much, friends. We will see you all again soon. Take care.